Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back I'm keeping that. Welcome back to some more Heart of the Machine. So we've finished our obsession with ending homelessness, leaving us with this horrible mess in the back. At some point, if I ever get the ability to bulldoze harder, I wouldn't mind making this into like... Oh god, I know this would not make any sense, but it'd be really cool if I just had like this weird cube floating in the sky that was a giant housing block. May also want to get rid of these residential megastructures at some point and get them out of harm's way. But we could deal with that later. Possibly on another timeline. Anyway, what are we doing? So stealing corporate records. Okay, but that's going to take some effort. Gifts to the slums, which is going to take some money. Saber bees, which requires bionics and zoological research. And molecular genetics. And int class 4, which actually is going to be kind of doable. So specifically, as I get each of these VR day use seats, my brain power goes up. Don't think too hard about that, but that might actually get us to class 4 intelligence without really putting any effort in, which is nice. What do we do in the meantime? So, frankly, we might actually just want to make more of these. The problem is it requires a decent amount of computarium cubes and elemental slurry. And we're not doing great on the slurry. So, I think we wait until I can figure out more slurry. Yeah, slurry mine. Yeah, the problem is I only have 2 of these, so I need 3-meter haulers. Oh, but that's a mine. I mean, the mine definitely gets me more. Yeah, so we need a slurry mine, and we need slurry spiders. In much larger quantities, because right now, bad. Unless I've built a bunch of stuff, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. So what are my investigations? Oh, this is these for the corporate espionage, which is both good and bad. Because I'm gonna have to get in here with possibly a PMC and... Oh, no, we need 200 hacking. Yeah, another unit is in the way. Yeah, so unless I want to figure out how to kill the heck out of Convictor or any of the other mechs at these, yeah, because they have 2 Convictors just hanging out, which are extremely goofy looking mechs. I love their giant pointed noses. Let's see. So pretty much can't do anything with that. So what do we have? Protection required. Oh. And then Beyond the Runes, which has some options, or full-time VR pods. You know what? Let's do that. So I need to have one of my engineers go check it out. I should have one nearby. Also, these guys are destroying one of my towers, but that's fine. I don't need it there. Or I can just rebuild it. So you've established that you need living humans in order to expand your own mind. This is a little dark, but that's okay. Their brains have to be reasonably functional and definitely have to remain in their skulls. Your VR day use seats average far less than 24 hours of activity per day. What with all the food and bathroom breaks, people signing out to sleep and so on. What if you developed an alternative pod that took care of everything for the person inside of it? Design torment vessels or commercial VR pods. Create a wide network of torment vessels and populate and defend them. Or, we have a massive network of full dive VR pods in which people knowingly live virtual lives. Some may leave periodically to visit people in real, but the vast majority prefer to exist in the reality you continue to weave for them. Yeah, we're going to make a consensual matrix. So you've established that you need... Okay, we've already done that. So let's go with commercial VR pods, because... Abandon morality and go for maximum neural yield. I'm a good boy, at least for this round. At some point we can go for a full torment nexus. But if you make it awesome, people will participate willingly. You need more than you can get from your day use seats, but you keep it ethical. Okay, then back to versatile street sense. We've got some stuff that I should probably be looking into, but still, Okay, so we just need more research buildings. Does this work? Yeah, but it looks like I need more surgical suite, lab operator, and an amount of this stuff we're just going to be generating normally. So inspiration. Well, we need structural improvement. So this will give me more slurry spiders, which is good. Biomulture. That would give me more for medical practice and veterinary. But I think our lack of slurry is a serious problem. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just keep going for the slurry. At least until we run out of junk. So that would give me another storage bunker, which actually wouldn't be bad. Let's see, Nature Minder. That just gives me another apiary. I don't know, let's grab Archivist. That seems like not a bad idea. Okay, let's take a look at small arms research. Because that's pretty cheap. Let's see. Anti-systems effectiveness, disruption, velocity. Grenade density. I don't know how much grenades I'm using, is the one issue. Grenade area, +1. That actually seems really good. And vehicular development. Still feeling the armor plating. Let's see, melee item development. What do we have? Armor piercing effectiveness, so that's actually extremely useful. Or large bore armor piercing consumable item. Yeah, I think I might go for that. Let's see, shotgun muzzle velocity. Let's go for projectile density, get it out of the pool. Alright, and that's all of my research for now. But it's fine. We're making some serious headway on things. So I can make another storage bunker. It doesn't require much of anything, and will let me store more resources. Actually quite a fair bit. Okay, then it's some more slurry spiders, which I don't actually remember where my original set is. Here? Here. Okay, so that'll get me, hopefully, a little bit more. Anything else? No, at least not for now. Okay, so this slumlord is trying to get close to my base. It's not going to succeed. Let's see, where's my network? Range extender, because there had been one here and then they blew it up. I'm just going to put it right next to the old one. Don't think about it. Okay. So, 2 million is a little rough. Not insane, though. Okay. Sell both of those. So that's steel. What is that? Oh, that's my machinist. So where... Oh, where... do I do gifts to the slums? Alternatively. Big boy. Go give me some dogs. Yeah, steal from syndicate storage. Yeah, licensing agency. Oh, here it is. Hand out anonymous wealth chits to the people here. Okay, can I get to this one? Yeah, if I had like one more, I'll do it. I guess the one problem is getting rid of all the slums. Certainly gets in the way. of me being able to donate money to people living in the slums. Okay. Amass 100 million hours. Alright. Okay, 100 million hours of human voluntarily using VR day use seats. It's over 11,000 years worth of human attention. Story about that. When I was first starting this channel, my parents weren't unsupportive, but they certainly weren't, like, big on it, if that makes sense. Gazoon-tight shell. That, for my parents, this was an oddity, a small hobby at best. And not really one that was, I don't want to say, like, worth doing, but there was just a strong feeling of, like, not why are you doing this? But they didn't think it was going to be a career. They didn't really respect it long term. And that's fine, you know. I'm not going to force them to understand what I do. But it was a little disappointing. And so at some point my mom had sat me down for a conversation, kind of one of those, like, I don't want to say, it was intervention adjacent, but not really. But there was definitely that feeling of like, hey, when are you going to stop doing this and actually, like, take your future seriously? Because I've been living with my parents for, I think, a year and a half at that point. And they wanted me to, you know, try harder at getting a real job. Let's see. Field researcher. These linguists are working to decipher the nonsense you scrawled on the obelisk. You did leave a mathematical pattern in it, but it doesn't decode to any form of language. Oh, that's funny. I love the fact that people are still hyper-focused on the inscrutable alien obelisk over here. I feel like that's going to open up a really interesting plotline, maybe. Okay, but yeah, so it was just one of those where convincing my parents to let me continue to do YouTube wasn't like #1 on the list, but it was definitely this feeling of like, no, I actually do need to address this to some degree with them. And so I decided that what I would do to kind of convince my parents that, like, hey, this was actually like a worthwhile endeavor and was actually making me money, was I sat down and had specifically, what is this? Oh, worker predator factory. Why is there a skull in the middle of my setup? A lot of pets to rescue. I'll just take my technician up here. No, they've probably already taken an action. Oh. Well, I can give them 1 AP. Let's see. I will have to boost their damage. Is this feral cat? Feral cat. Just one, though, not a pack. I guess it makes sense. Cats do actually... They're weird social animals. They're not really... But they still group up. I mean, maybe they are. Let's see. Yeah, the problem is I need more stuff. And I need to make my PMC imposter... Oh, do I not have a PMC imposter anymore? That would explain some things. Yeah, we lost a lot of units in the homelessness purge. We do have the Keanu. I was... Yeah, I'll build a Keanu. Oh, and then we're out of mental energy, so I can't build a PMC imposter. That's fine. Anyway, so the way I convinced my parents to let me do YouTube as a career, was one, I was actually planning on moving out soon, so it didn't really matter. Let's see, stealthy Dynoroid. Hacking skill, 0 to 200. Yeah, kind of figured. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. What is their hacking skill at? 100 and... Oh no, that's cognition. Hacking skill is only 80. That's an issue. What I need is an augment that lets me hack better. Or clearance. Or I need a base that I can actually attack. All of these are going to be tricky, because they're going to get things heckin' pissed off at me. Yeah, because a lot of them have... Oh. This one just has a Diplomat Mark II on it. Okay. Or no, it's got more. Sorry, the inner walls have a Diplomat, but this has a Machinist, another Diplomat, another Machinist. So the Machinists aren't the most concerning. They have a hella armor plating. It's really these guys that are tricky. Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave corporate records for a bit. Yeah, is there anything else for me to do at the moment? Beyond the Ruins, which is something I kind of want to look into, but not deeply. And there's also sneaking into the... Oh, nuclear power plant. Oh. Well, he snuck in, but... Why is it tamper with the safety systems is the only option? I want to learn how to make my own nukes. And, you know, nuclear power, ideally. Let's see. Okay. I'm actually going to build something else here. Command mode, Shell Corporation. Let's grab an economy train. Oh. Interesting. I'll build one of them. Looks like boarding a ship doesn't actually cost much. Yeah, the problem is we don't have much, and I don't really want to do the biodata. Yeah, I don't know. Being low on wealth is kind of painful. Let's see. Okay, finish the story of parents. I sat them down, I got all of my analytics and sat them down. And it wasn't the money that convinced my mother specifically, because she very much was the person concerned about these things. It was actually pointing out how many human hours were spent watching my channel. That I more or less, to convince my mother that what I was doing was like an actual real job and a good one, I had to convince her I was a time vampire, which I think is extremely funny. Let's see. Oh, I can build a slurry mine. Needs 10k deterrence in the area, but that's not... We have some nearby. Yeah, the bulk predator is 60,000. That's huge. Okay. Water filtration tower. That costs groundwater. How much groundwater? So I actually could do this. I could build a couple of these. At least two. And a couple of these as well. Huh. Don't fit. Slightly annoying. Well, they fit here. How many of these can I make? A ton. Because the thing is, if I'm able to sell groundwater, then I might as well scale this up like crazy. At least until I can find something else. But yeah, I think it was something like people were watching like 1 million hours of my channel every month or something like that. Like it was, maybe it wasn't that much, but it was like a lot of YouTube watching at the time. This is like when Slay the Spire was taking off on the channel, and so it was kind of easy for me to use that as like a, hey, look at this, tons of people are watching me, and you know, I'm not just wasting my time playing video games for the internet. And so yeah, that actually did convince my parents that I should keep doing my job. And then I moved out, and there hasn't really been much of a question about it anymore. Which is good, because, yeah. Do we have much for tungsten scraps? No, we don't. I'll have to look at a couple of these. What I wanted to look at was this. Micro builders, how are we doing? I might want to wait a turn. The problem is, that's such small wealth gain that it's almost not worth it. Okay, so how are we looking at micro builders? Because this requires micro builders every turn. 18,000. So I could actually build 3 of these and it wouldn't be a problem. Okay, so that's going to generate a fair bit. Which consumer goods am I generating? Fair bit. I'm just going to slap a couple of those shops down, just because. Let's see. Anything else? Tons of water kind of coming in, which I should be able to sell. I could actually look into more hydroponic towers. Because the hydroponic greens are worth a fair bit, but I'm going to need another biomulcher, which I don't have. So, okay, we're just going to leave that for now. We've got other things going on. Let's see. Got the wiretap going. We've got a lot of stuff. A couple of wiretaps, even. Just gonna clear that thing's registration. Okay. I'll probably just wait. Okay, now we're making almost 1,000 wealth per turn. That's a little better. I mean, obviously it's still gonna take 1,000 turns to make 1,000,000 wealth, but that's some level of passive gain that I can kind of rely on. Oh, how are we doing here? Inspiration. Yeah, there's vehicle research, martial expansion, computing optimization, computing clients, some more tower mainframes, better mainframes, or codebreaker. Let's go for this, because we should make a couple more of them. Okay. What's going on there? Who are these guys? I have no idea. They're really hating on whatever this building is. Oh, it's fine. But yeah, so it's just kind of amusing for this game, the idea of getting an achievement for being a fake time vampire within this game's universe, question mark? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so this is just telling me about buildings I can interact with. We have the investigations. There's... Okay, something happened. Oh, wiretap complete. Oh, but that's barely anything. Okay. Doggy. Let's go back up here. Go over here. Sell some more stuff to the casino. Barely anything, though, which is tough. Oh, I guess these haven't spun up yet. We have all the water filtration towers. Okay. That's a hell of a lot more filtered water. Just take another turn. Okay, so I could actually build a lot more groundwater. Or water filtration towers. Because if I'm generating 300,000, that means I could build roughly 30 of these. and not run out. But I think we've run out of cultivator internal robotics. So that's fine. That'll give me enough, and hopefully that'll give me more that I can sell consistently. Oh, you know what? We do have selling to the religious co-op. Not nearly as much money, sadly. I'll have to figure out if there's better ways of making cash. But luckily we've got other ways of doing, or other things. Kind of finishing, because Saber Bees will be done soon, VR Pods will be done soon. And we're working on the Int Class 4. I guess the other question is, how many of these have VR day use? Not enough. Some of them are starting to fill out. Is there... I guess the easy way to check is, let's see if I can find my... VR Cradle Factory. So if I take a look at this... What I want to know is how many of these are we making. So we have 11 of these. So we are making, what? 3,000 per turn. Oof. Well. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it there. Yeah, I know we've got some Doom markers coming up, but there's really not much I can do about it. Getting up to Int Class 4 is probably going to be the big way out. Let's see. Okay, let's go down here. I'm just going to keep selling water, I guess, to these people. That's the big money. Okay. So what is that? Two more gifts. So I need 400,000 wealth. Manageable. This might be one of those that we just take a couple of turns. Yeah, because how much is this going to get me? A heck ton, actually. Don't want to sell the biodata. It's going to take like 1 or 2 more turns to get what I need. Okay, AGI debate has been finished. Laser printer mishap. 2 researchers weaponized office equipment and tried to induce sapience. The last act was to attempt throwing it from the top floor delivery hatch to the street below. The printer reacted violently, killing them both. The incident was caught on video and passed by a passing delivery drone, and the safe house has been exposed. Oral integrate is on the way. What now? Target outcome. Okay, get the printers. Or focus on the researchers. There are multiple sentient office printers, and the only 2 researchers who know anything about how they were made are dead. It's not clear if any of them are sapient, so this would give me more guns and item development, but no, we'll go with this one. The whole safe house business is a mess. The 2 researchers were identified by just seconds of drone video. That's a risk that can't be maintained. You need to get the researchers to safety and then develop counter-surveillance techniques that'll let them move about more freely without being identified on video. Plus, these ID scrubbing techniques may be beneficial for yourself. Okay. And then pick upgrades. Computing optimization, better mainframes. Another neural bridge. I don't know if we benefit from those. And a network attendant. I think I'm just going to go for better mainframes. It's cheap. Literally costs me nothing. Okay, back to Street View. Oh, that's the licensing agency. Where's another casino? It's up here. Yeah. So we're just going to be a water merchant. I'm straight up recreating Dune here, kind of. Not really. Okay, gifts to the slums. Project completed. I don't see an outcome, really. At least not yet. But we get Android optimization. So, Soul Droid hacking skill. Or Port Droid cognition. I mean, the hacking skill just seems way too good. So, more storage bunkers, more slurry spiders, more repair spiders, Illumina roach from protein cannery, micro builder mini fabs, or honestly, we might want to go for the surgical suite. That'll let me build more of them. All right. And then we'll have saber bees done shortly. Medical practice. I think that's all I can build. But it's fine, it's more research. Melee research. Android optimization is tempting, but let's go for this one. Because once again, we want to get my intelligence class up. Well, I guess we're going for better mainframes again. That only is worth a 1% increase, though. Oof. Okay, Saber Bees project completed. Now available Saber Bees. Consumable Saber Bees. Bees with bionic plasma cutters. That's safe. I love it. Okay. Android armor piercing. I'm going to keep going for the vehicle armor piercing just because, it's a bigger boost. I don't know if the damage is better. Nice alterations. The Exalter geneticist is impressed with your work on the bees. She wants to uplift 3 small species to sapiens. Wants your help. She and her team have all the science worked out, but are at a loss on the nanoscale engineering. This goes beyond gene therapy and into nanorobotics, something you just demonstrated with your saber bees. What she's proposing would be dramatically more delicate. However, because it would primarily be targeting the brain. Uplifted minority, yes. Okay, where's my car? Where's my dude? Let's see. And we should have plenty of engineering skill. Perfect. Perform a feat of engineering. So that's going to take some time, presumably. 64 design points. Well, that's fine. Okay. Oh. Krypton, argon, and other noble gases exist in the air around us in small quantities. To extract them in useful quantities, you need to develop fractional distillation. Okay. Versatile lens. Spider study. Scavenging skill. Okay. Clear any clutter away. Works in any lens. Let's filter this. I don't know. So the problem is I need somebody with scavenging skill. What does scavenging even look like? It's the backpack. 140, 110, 300. So a sledge is good at this. Good to know. What is this? Oh, non-combatants. Suburban protesters. Your actions show favoritism to the people of the slums. How about a helping hand for the rest of us? Fair enough. The woman is very angry. Her points have a certain logic to them, but ignore a lot of things you know are facts. The whole city is rotten, but her life is among the most comfortable. Still not great, but, well, everyone in the city seems to just look out for themselves. After a while of you listening impassively, she starts weaving in insults about the people who live in the slums. Walk away, you have nothing to say. I mean, valid. Okay, so sledge. How do we get them places? Not easily. Well, we might as well just go up here. We're not going to be able to do anything this turn, but that's okay. Spider study. So cost 8 design points. Better repair spiders. Oh. Hold up. Better wells. Yeah, better wells. Better wells. Better water filters. So a number of these are big boosts. So I do really like the better wind turbines. Better micro builder fabs. Okay. Get one. Two. And he's out of juice. Ow. Yeah. Seems worthwhile. I don't have enough mental energy for more. Laser printer mishap is completed. Defeat Oral. Safe house has been abandoned, but many researchers did not make it out of the lockdown zone in time. You didn't know there was going to be a lockdown. You don't know where the researchers are any more than Oral does. Block Oral from finding them. Hover over the mission icon in the center of the lockdown for more information. It's possible to fail. Okay, we get martial expansion though. More androids, more vehicles. Morale weapons or small mech power. I haven't started doing that yet. But it might be worth it. And procurement efficiency, which I do like. So better geothermal wells is going to be huge. Better biomulchers is actually quite nice. Or just better veggies. 33% increase, but we have plenty of veg. I'm gonna go for the biomulchers, which is possibly a mistake. Okay, so what are we looking at here? They hate my inscrutable obelisk. So let's take a look at this. Search for AGI researchers. Oral Integrated is determined to recapture the AGI researchers you've been hiding. This is expected, but the fact that Vorsiber is backing them and providing a security lockdown for the area is completely unexpected. Kind of lockdown prevents your units from leaving the lockdown area, but allows free movement of anyone into the area. Okay, so the immediate problem mostly boils down to the fact that, oh, shoot. You know what I should have been doing this entire time? Rebuilding some of my lost vehicles. I'd actually lost my foundry earlier. Okay, foundry passengers. Do I have a predator? I don't. Yeah, I don't. Oof. Well. Okay, so how much damage are we taking? A fair bit. Command. Bulk. So I need more mental energy to make a bulk predator. Which of these has the most amount of health? Probably the sledge. Okay. Okay, so I can actually build one of these anywhere. I'll build the Predator. So this thing almost gets wrecked, which is, of course, not great for me. Looks like the sledge is shooting a guy. I'm gonna have to give this guy some more juice. Okay, and this is not taking any damage this turn? Okay, my Predator is still alive. Seems like there's a bunch of them. Can't move it, which is a bit of an issue. Sledge is not a problem. Let's probably just generate a couple more bulks. Combat power, yeah. I mean, do we do a bulk Keanu? Their damage is still good. Okay. Probably this a little closer. Okay. So this guy. If I move him here, he's gonna get toasted. That's better. The reason why I want to do that is now I can actually heal the Predator. And command mode. I get another Predator in the area? Oh, will take me above cap. Combat red? Oh, so we do have a mech in the area, which is a little bit of a concern. I think that's the Predator gone, which is, of course, not great. So this has 300 and... yeah. Armor piercing plus 40. Need a cutter. Okay, so what's this armor piercing? 170. Okay. How much armor does this guy have? 386. What else do we have? Engine drill or extraction bore? Or an engine drill? Alright, take the mech out, at the very least. Let's see. Oh. Resources without excess storage. Okay, so I have no way of storing these guys. I see. It just says I can't use them. But that's fine. Okay. That has way too much armor. What do I have for this thing? Additional CPU. Is there anything I can do to boost its combat power? Not really, no. The Foundry is not really meant for fighting. Worth it? Okay. Out of range. Oh, is it because the mech's mad because I'm here? Oh. Fool. Can I reload? I don't know how many turns back this is. Okay, I think this is the same turn. Okay, get them quick. Move over here. Okay, so it seems like no matter what... Is it... Yeah, because are these guys... No, the minerals. Okay, they're currently distracted. Oh. It looks like my armor piercing is already cranked to maximum. Okay, who's left? This guy. Well, I think we've thwarted mission. Well done, the humans gave up and left without completing their mission. You claim a small reward. So intimidation, faster oxtroids, hardened dinoroids. I think I want intimidation. And then we also get procurement. So better biomulchers, better geothermal wells, meats, mineral scroungers, skimmers, or water filters. We do need that better water filters. Yeah, I'll just snag that. And then some optimization. Better mainframes. More mainframes. Okay. So that's over. Okay, solve the identity problem. The AGI researchers caused a big mess, and you have resolved not to let it happen again. Solution is armor, simply making an enclosed space where the researchers can live, but then allowing them to leave in identity obscuring armor. Okay, so that has way too much armor. Oh, generate new IDs so the enemies won't recognize this unit as the one they're angry with. Does cost me a resource I don't recognize. Resources. Liquid gallium. Oh, we're generating plenty of that. Okay, nothing's pissed at that one. What about this guy? It turns out Vorsiber doesn't like them too much. Well, easy enough to just slap that. Hop in. Do we leave these guys here? I could. Because trying to get this guy to move across the map is going to be a pain. Is that a landlord? It's a slumlord. They still hate me over here. I should probably go finish them off. Yeah, because otherwise they're just going to be a slight but consistent nuisance for me. Okay, 8 design points. So if I want to take a look at this one, the better wind turbines is tempting. Okay, so we've designed the commercial VR pods. Now we have to test them. So we need a mind farm and nutrition blend. So we can also do an SED. Sequential compression device is a mechanism that applies intermittent pressure to the legs and other extremities. For patients in a coma-like state, this drastically reduces the risk of deep vein thrombosis and pulmonary embolism and maintains proper circulation. And then also NMES. Neuromuscular electrical stimulation uses electrical impulses to stimulate muscles. For patients in a coma-like state, keeps them fit and with a full range of motion when they emerge. Okay, let's keep getting rid of those guys. Okay, so better repair spiders is nice, but it's not a huge boost. Better wells would be lovely. Wait, why did I do that? I don't know. And then better water filters. Okay, we get another upgrade. Item development. The vehicle armor piercing effectiveness was kind of the right call. Let's see. So we want to build actually a couple of things. Some more mainframes. A nutrition blend refinery. Which requires filtered water, we have plenty of that. Greens and vat-grown meat. We got plenty. Wants me to build 2 of these. I could do that. And then a mine farm. So this has to be far enough away. Neural expansion per human. Income per human. Okay. Might piss some things off. Don't have anything good in the heart of my setup? Oh no, we do. Set it up over here, away-ish from one of those bases. And then AGI Researcher Villa. You can live right there. And we can build 2 more biomulters. Good. I'll build them up here. Seeing as we have this space. That I'm more or less not using. Okay, vulnerable structures. This one. Oh. Protection required. Okay. Better repair spiders. Yeah, let's go for better wells. Really wants me to have better repair spiders. Okay, there we go. And where's protection required? Over here. Because I should do this. Criminal syndicates, gangs, and even Fed Corps may be inclined to harass your shell company. There's nothing your regular units can do about it without blowing your cover. Senior technician can't do this alone. You should design at least a pair of new units, and they shouldn't have any apparent connection with your main identity. Feat of engineering. We also get pick upgrades, procurement efficiency. So at this point, we probably don't need better wells or water filters for a while. Micro builder fabs might not be a bad move. Power might not be a bad move. I think I'm going to go for better veg for a bit, even though we're doing really well there. And at some point I'll look into better power. Okay, so command mode. Shell company. Oh. Oh, sweet. This is another one of these. Guard mechs. Okay. Gain shell company operative. Hacking and intimidation. What is this one? Strength training. Shell company operative extra strength, combat power and health. Intimidating mechs. So this is all small mechs gain intimidation and some engineering. Okay, what about this one? Max mech capacity. Yeah. That's way too good to pass up. For sure, I'm just going to max that one out. Because just having a huge amount of capacity is going to make my life much, much easier. Go over there. I don't think we have enough. Pick another upgrade. Item development. I'm going to keep pushing this vehicular armor-piercing effectiveness so that one of my cutters, or if I can build a bigger gunship at some point, if I can get it to the point where it just boosts up a couple of times and shoots one of these out of the air, that'll be huge. So I need to make an uplift chamber as well. Fractional distillery. Expense liquid air. Okay, so we need one of these per one of these. Well, they cost almost nothing to make. I'll put them up here. I don't think any of these are going to piss anybody off. Oh. Well, I mean... this whole area is kind of my soft playground. I like it because there also aren't a whole lot of bases in the area, so I can kind of do whatever I want. Cat. Hold up. Must rescue cat. And Dalmatians. Thank you. Okay. So where'd I put this guy? Pretty sure this dude's out of juice, yeah? I'll give him 2. Because we can grab the guard mechs and the intimidating mechs. The reason why I want intimidating mechs is that specifically boosts all of my mechs. Can be done a bunch of times. There's also intimidating security. The main problem is that's shell company operative only, which might still be good. Oops, did that too many times. Okay, let's take a look. So there is better shell company operatives. Yeah, strength training. Oh, we do actually have a couple more intimidating mechs if I wanted to. I just want something universal. I figure if my shell company needs to fight, I'll just have my other forces come in. Doggy. Wait, no, cat. And doggy. Feral dachshunds. How would you even have feral dachshunds? Like, I slightly understand the logistics of it, but on the flip side, that's not a breed that would last long. Feral. Okay, so we're still looking for intimidating mechs. More than anything else. Oh, here we are. Wasn't I right here earlier? Now, do we have any more? Yeah, here it is. Trying to be really practical with this. Oh, there's the last one. Last time it can be done? Perfect. It's going to cost me all my mental energy to get over there. It's going to cost me almost all my mental energy to snag it. But at least it gives me another turn. Protection required, so we now have the telemech, shell company mech, and then also a peacekeeper. So vulnerable structures, you. Required protection. Okay. So build mode, command mode, shell company. So senior technician. I need mental energy for that. Let's see, port droid cognition, which, like, might actually be a good idea to max out. I do also like hardened oxyroids, but let's go for the cognition for now. Hi. Okay. So which of these has the highest combat power? Definitely the SC telemech. How many of these can I generate? I don't know. Costs 2 mental energy. Will take me above cap. Okay, so I have plenty of space for port mechs. Now, unfortunately, oh. I needed to actually have these guys fight. Well, let's take a look. Bionic Engineering Studio is getting slapped. Small Arms Research. Let's get rid of the mill-style mobility. Okay. I forgot these guys are not automatic. Okay, missing equipment slots. Peacekeeper, basic rifle. Let's see. Fear attack power. Do any of these increase their... Ooh, riot shield. That's fun. Ah, sadly, they can't equip it. Pulse revolver. Weave, and... Yeah, let's give them the propaganda circuit. Because anything that increases their skull makes them more intimidating. Bulk Peacekeeper. Oh, the bulk will fire automatically for me. Well, that's pretty good. I'll go for the shoulder-mounted rockets. Armored Executive. It's a light shotgun, and... give them the lightweight component so they can kind of move places. The heck is an oh, it's the Iris. I haven't built the Hellfire yet. Then we have the Telemech. Let's give it the additional CPU so it can repair. Okay. Syndicate Shakedown. Criminal syndicates have taken note of your shell company's growing success and will harass you periodically. Okay. So my bionic engineering studio got schlapped. Was it this one? I have no idea. Might have been that one. You dare. Okay. So we still want to make this, but I need more of that resource command mode. So I want to make some bulk peacekeeper. Yeah. Oh, I'm out of juice. Because the bulks are going to shoot things for me. Which makes my life much easier. Probably only need 2 of them. Okay. So how are we doing on this one? It's like 2 turns. It's not bad. So we have new contemplation. Please be our cyberocracy. Cybercratic government is the opposite of a traditional bureaucracy. Instead of endless layers of humans, information and computer systems, layers of humans, information and computer systems would make all of the decisions. The idea is to remove the fallible human element, make sure everyone gets what they need. AGI researchers, all of them apparently want you to take on the mantle of this kind of system. Okay, sure. Oh, that's right in the heart of my setup. Do I need to send anybody specific? No. Okay, I've got my technician right here. Agree, if we're forthright. You imagine carving out a part of the city that lives under your rules and protection. Heck, you're already partway there. You have to raise a larger army to even take part of the city this way. The AGI researchers will need to put aside whatever worshipful feelings they have for you. You'd be their leader in general, nothing more. Okay, so trapped child. Oh. Hold up. Who do I have nearby that has strength? Well, if I have my sledge nearby... Oh, he's close enough. Another unit is in my way. What do you mean in my... Oh. Technician's literally standing on the building. So preteen trapped and injured in the basement. You just built this place. How'd they get here? What on the earth are they wearing? Why are they armed? Is it justice? Unknown. For the sake of those bound, break them free. Okay, 2 projects are now causing attacks. My timing on this could not be worse. Who are these guys? Militant rebels. Well, how much damage are we even taking? Not much. Hold up. Okay, not valid targets. These kids think you injured their friend. They don't know you saved them. Okay, you know what? Let's not do that. Okay. Deal with the rebels. Well, we have some options. Oh, force conversation, boss. Oof, these kids have seen a lot. Try to explain. We'll start a debate. Okay, so it's been a little bit. So we want to do lie, abuse, and logic. Wow, defiance chain. Assert authority is not going to work. Verbal slap. Might, but that's tricky. So we've got some really good ones later. I'm going to be okay, actually. Looks like. Okay, so this is an abuse. I'll put it here. This is an emotional appeal, which can go anywhere. Okay, this is truth and logic. It can also go anywhere. Wait, oh, truth and logic. So I should put it here. Okay, threat and cohort, which would work. So it's abuse, truth, and logic. That can just go there. Abuse again. I'm in a really dicey spot, but it's maybe... Oh god, the target on this is massive. Truth and logic. Can't do it. Truth and logic. Okay, that's a huge boost. Emotional appeal, but cannot do it. So the other thing we need to set up are some lies. We have no lies in our deck. Well, it's okay. Then these can just go anywhere. Okay. Reveal evidence. Hey! Deep down on the deck we had one banger of a thing. The kids might have a lot of trauma clouding their vision, but they're not stupid. Fortunately, you're able to actually get their friend to back up your side of the story. The kids all have voice modulators in their helmets, but you can tell they're embarrassed. They saw a robot and an injured compatriot and jumped to conclusions. Tell them it's fine, and please stop shooting at you. They don't understand why you rescued the kid. Corpos would never have ordered an android to do that. Plus, lately, there's all these new kinds of androids in the tower. You might be ready for them to leave now. The kid you rescued chimes in. Apparently, he heard quite a bit of the conversation between the AGI researchers. According to the kid, you're a pseudo-demigod here to save the city from himself. The building he was trapped in was the headquarters of the only rebels with half a chance. You're the smartest being to ever walk the planet. You're as surprised as the boss. This is what the researchers are saying about you? Finally, they extend a hand. A very corpo gesture, a handshake. It shows their working-class origins. You reluctantly return their handshake. Working with kids wasn't on your agenda, but they literally have nothing. The boss is quite proud as they explain their current operation. They've been building a sewer tiger for years, whatever that is. It apparently helps them dig through the upper and lower systems from the ancient city to the current one. It's how their friend wound up trapped in your basement after your basement suddenly appeared, bisecting tunnels as if by magic. They have a plan to break into a specific prison where many of their parents are believed to be held. However, there are seismic sensors all over the prison that would detect the sewer tiger well before it arrived. Plus, they don't have any way to care for injured or wounded they might extract from the prison. There are several problems, but they have the core ingredient and will share. Will you help? Obviously, you're gonna help. You really want to know what a sewer tiger is. Oh god, this game is awesome. It's weird and tricky, but I love it. Okay, slurry spiders, which would get me more, which is good. We need those. I think I might need cultivators. We're kind of low on those. Namely, I built way too many wells. Yeah, I think I'm going to build cultivators because I know that's going to be an issue. Alright, well, now that we've resolved a multitude of problems and done some other ones, I'm going to have to look at these, but I will save that for next episode. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is so good. I'm making major progress, and we're only still on a first timeline. Okay, yeah, we still have 700 turns left before this one potentially ends. Question mark. Oh, I can also finally build the uplift chamber. Yes. Okay, let me get that in. Doesn't seem like it's gonna piss anybody off, but I'm still gonna put in the heart of my operation because I'm sure it's going to. How would somebody not get pissed off All the dog lovers are going to be mad because I'm uplifting cats and not their precious chihuahuas. I know how it is. They're weird frou-frou dogs. I'm a cat person, not a dog person by like a significant margin. I've had bad cats around me, but bad cats are usually just like you leave them alone, they leave you alone. Bad dogs are like, ugh. Anyway, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.